Greetings, family. Peace, love, and positive thinking. This is Guru, and thanks for visiting my channel. I did a vlog on this subject a few days ago on the Black Lives Matter flag that was raised at the University of North Dakota. I'm sorry, no, the University of Vermont. Excuse me. Anyways, they raised this Black Lives Matter flag to show their support for the community and also to raise awareness at their university. Even though the university is majority white, they understand the plight of what some Americans are going through here. So they raised this flag. Now, that was the other day. The what's his name? His name is Sean King. He's like a justice warrior type of person on social media. Posted this picture of this as well and got at least like 14,000 views and then a lot of comments. Well, over the weekend, someone decided to go to the university and then they stole the flag. And so anyways, instead of covering the whole article, I'm just going to cover some things about it just to share with you, family. So family, Akila Ho Young on Thursday posted this tweet, and here's what she said. She says, so at my school, the University of Vermont, they put up the hashtag Black Lives Matter flag in front of our student center. Can I tell you, I wanted to cry when I saw this. My body filled with lots of joy to know that my predominantly white university is paying tribute to the deaths in the black community. It's the littlest thing that just means so much to me. This is the tweet that went viral. Well, after that news of this flag being flown, someone between Saturday night and Sunday early morning stole the flag. But before I really get onto that part, I just want to share a couple of the tweets. Here's a tweet by Cassidy Durda, and I'm not going to read their whole handle name and everything, but I'm just going to read what they're saying. The hashtag Black Lives Matter flag that was casted on University of Vermont's campus yesterday makes me proud to be a Catamount. And then here Matthew Kressler tweets, college and universities take note. UVM has put us on notice. It's time to go for broke. Hashtag Black Lives Matter. So of course there were critics. The critics accused the public university of endorsing a racist group and taking a side in a culture war. Well, this isn't so much a culture war, if that's what the word you want to describe it as, and it's definitely not a racist group. The racists want to make it a racist group. A racist group is a group like the KKK. You know, that same group that's been existing now for what, hundreds of years? Yeah, that's, well, not hundreds of years, but however long they've been existing. Yeah, that's a racist group. You can't compare the two. No, you can't. So anyways, this tweet by Democracy in Motion goes, this is just about as un-American as it gets in my book. The uber liberal University of Vermont has a flag PO. Okay, this person, Deplorable Vin, imagine the outrage if they had put up the rebel flag or White Lives Matter flag. Well, we're going to get to that in a minute too. So here it is, over the weekend, a debate roiled on social media. The flag went missing. Student leaders say it was stolen and the university is investigating it as a theft. The flag controversy in Vermont played out against a backdrop of protests, some of them violent, over the fatal police shootings of Keith Lamont Scott in Charlotte and Terrence Crutcher in Tulsa. So when news about the flag spread, some critics immediately cited the demonstrations in Charlotte where a civilian reportedly shot and killed a protester and some demonstrators destroyed property as evidence that Black Lives Matter promoted violence and was itself a racist movement, although no connection between that shooting and the Black Lives Matter movement has been alleged. And one student writes, "This is why I'm ashamed to have gone to this school. This organization has proved time and time again they are a racist hate group," said Chris Dietz, whose Facebook page indicates he graduated from UVM in 2013. Quote, "If they really cared about police brutality, they'd be mad when someone of any color gets shot and killed by police who were unarmed," unquote. Well, the fact is that most of us are very concerned about anyone being shot by the police. It's just that we're focusing more on black lives because that's who is being killed disproportionately. Why some of you guys, and especially those of you who are in college, why your itty bitty pea brain and your so-called high IQs can't understand this or figure this out is beyond me. I just can't explain it further to you. Not at all surprised that UVM would condone this racist organization which promotes the murder of white people and police officers, wrote Chris Kaufman on the UVM Instagram account, saying he was from the class of 2018. Quote, "If only people were as outraged at the number of blacks killing other blacks each and every day," unquote. You folks need to realize that black people hate that. We are expecting the police to do their jobs, which they do not do. And hence, that's why we're complaining about them killing us, because instead of figuring out all these crimes on black crimes that you guys are so concerned about, they're more concerned with killing us. And that's the problem we have, because they should be protecting and serving black people, but they don't. This is what you're not understanding. Secondly, if you're going to talk about black on black crime, we need to discuss white on white crime, which is major and huge around the world. As a matter of fact, white on everyone else crime around the world, if you really want to just have this discussion on black crime, we need to have the discussion on white on everyone else in the world crimes discussion. We need to have that discussion too, okay? So, quote, "Schools and universities should remain politically free," David Promsey wrote on his Facebook. "Universities should nurture all political views and expression. This appears to be oppressive to students with other viewpoints." Oops, sorry. "The flagpole at the Student Center has historically flown flags that represent different groups on campus and allows university organizations to sponsor similar displays," university officials told NBC5. That statement in itself was directed towards the person who said, "What if we flew a White Lives Matter flag?" You see, this university has historically flown flags. So if you have a need and you want to fly a certain flag, then you make your case to the university administration, but you do it intelligently. If you can't do that, then shut up. So Helen Drissing, a 19-year-old political science major at the university, said she was coming home from a party early Sunday morning when she noticed the bare pole in front of the student center. She said she'd seen posts on social media from people in town, but not necessarily students, calling for the flag to be taken down. Quote, "I was angry, but I'm honestly not surprised," Dreesen told the Washington Post. "People have all kinds of misconceptions about this movement. They don't understand the gravity of it and how extremely overdue it is," unquote. And she is right. So the Student Government Association President Jason Malucci said he never expected such an intense backlash. In an interview with the Post, Malucci said university administrators had approved the proposal to raise the Black Lives Matter flag without issue. At first, Malucci said the response was overwhelmingly positive. But as the display gained national attention, Malucci said he started getting hate mail and threats from strangers online. Then at some point late Saturday or early Sunday, someone took the flag down. A picture of the crank on the flagpole suggested someone had pried it open, lowered the flag, and stolen it, Malucci said. And here in this tweet by Chris Campbell, it says, quote, "When the hashtag Black Lives Matter flag was stolen last night, hashtag UVM student life director and his wife painted a new one and replaced it." So it has been replaced. By Sunday afternoon, however, a new flag had been hoisted in its place, sewn together by Pat Brown, the university's director of student life, according to Malucci. Quote, "It was upsetting that someone stole it, but I think it underscored the necessity for raising it in the first place," Malucci said. "We're proud of the fact that we're contributing to that conversation. You can't make progress unless you acknowledge that there's a problem. It was not the first and it will not be the last conflict of its kind." And so, family, the SPLC, which tracks hate groups, refused explaining itself in a long post by SPLC President Richard Cohen. And this is what he says, quote, "There's no doubt that some protesters who claim the mantle of Black Lives Matter have said offensive things like the chant, 'Pigs in a blanket, fry 'em like bacon,' that was heard at one rally. But before we condemn the entire movement for the words of a few, we should ask ourselves whether we would also condemn the entire Republican Party for the racist words of its presumptive nominee, or for the racist rhetoric of many other politicians in the party over the course of years." Very good point. Lastly, quote, "The flags being placed on the same level represent what this nation and institution was built on," the event's organizers said, "equality for all people." So family, that's the end of this vlog. This is part 2 to the first one that I posted about the raising of this flag. If you didn't see that vlog, please check it out. Please like, share, and if you haven't already, subscribe. This is Guru. Peace, love, and positive thinking. Thanks for watching.